Disclaimer: the views and opinion of the hosts and resource persons do not represent those of the organization and the university and its stakeholders. Good morning, LaSalle!
Welcome back to Writing in Progress, now in Season 2, and this is our first episode with your hosts, Ark,
Jot, and
Eros.
a returning guest, and now our new host.
So, just to double check, Eros.
Double check. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm a bit nervous because it's our first episode.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Like you've never done this before, but
Yeah,
alright.
this is definitely not our fourth episode of the season. Yeah, anyway. So, Eros, today we invited you as one of our hosts and our guests because we recently learned that you're a DJ for GJFM. Congratulations.
Yes, I'm a DJ trainee. Correction, because it's a longer process. So you become a finalist, and then you become a trainee, and then there's another air check for when you become a senior DJ.
Oh.
Yes.
May I ask what's the difference between
So when you're a finalist, you're basically expendable. Like I guess that's like how I can describe it, because it's easy to like cut you off. It's basically their elimination process. That's like the elimination process. But when you become a DJ trainee, you're a trainee under them, and you don't get like cut out or anything unless you resign. Yeah, so then you're on your way to becoming a senior DJ. And then after you pass your second air check, that's when you become a senior DJ. And you can run for things like becoming their EB, or like basta yung mga senior roles. You can also run for stuff such as like station voice. Station voice is their go-to, like GGFM's go-to people when recording things, stuff like that.
Why did you want to join for GJFM?
I was pestered by my friend. Hey buddy, I blame you.
You know who you are.
Oh, that's definitely said endearingly, you know.
But yeah, my friend, because I'm a very loud person. Hang on, I'm fixing my hat and the headphones.
We didn't know you were.
Yeah,
No way.
It's crazy, diba? No idea. Absolutely
Loud,
wild.
really?
I'm so quiet, diba? Ang tahimik ko. Doon lang ako sa...
Big introvert energy.
I'm very...
So quiet, they definitely did not make it to last season.
No, yeah, I'm too quiet, guys. Like, I'm really
Yeah.
introverted. You know, I'm shy. but the reason I actually thought about joining before, even before like my friend had advertised it to me, because I found out like, oh, they have like DJ stuff like that. Oh, that seems cool. And I thought about it like briefly. And I was like, oh, it's whatever. I don't really think about it much. And then my friend advertised it to me heavily, and then they had like a booth going on. I think, wait.
Last term, right?
Early last term, they had a booth going on in SJ, and like people were shouting out the call sign of GGFM, I think. So it was like reaching you from across the airwaves, that one. So they were having people do that.
Does it give us a bit of a taste?
Reaching you from across the airwaves with a mark of animo like never before, as we shine from the heart of the metro. And we're just getting started. Serving up the hottest college radio, we are Green Giant FM. So it's like that. So like, yeah, people were like sampling that and whatnot. And I stood there kind of like, that seems kind of fun. That seems kind of fun. And then I asked my friend, like, what exactly do they do? So obviously he gave me like a rundown, because he's like a heavy advocate of like the stuff they do there. Because he's like a DJ. He's a senior DJ. He also works with Monster. So he was like super into all that stuff, and he wanted to get me into it as well. So sure enough, I did, because I'm really into music. My music taste is quite broad, I would say. And I like making playlists, I like connecting songs to stories, etc., etc. And it's all like all yapping, which I'm very good at. If you guys didn't notice, like
I guess you can say you're polyjammers.
Real, yeah. You got me there. So yeah, it's something that I thought I'd be good at, and I thought it'd be fun. And I tried it. I'm like, okay, actually, I'm pretty good at this, and I am having fun. So I went for it.
What would you say is like your highlights
Highlights so far.
Yeah, like your favorite, your most fun moments. Kasi.
Most fun moments kasi okay, so I'm gonna like mostly talk about the DJ hunt because the DJ hunt is like the one that's like over and done with, and I'm still in my process as a DJ trainee. So my highlights during the DJ hunt were like having like full creative freedom when it came to like making my own skits. So there's something called a stinger, which is essentially like a voice line with a bed. A bed is like the background music behind it and sound effects and such like that. So that's like the stuff that you hear that plays, that's like the little ads in between the music that plays in Blowman. So like the sports, that's a stinger. That's what a stinger is. So it's like stuff that plays in between the music to like chop the music up so that it doesn't sound weird when the vibe changes.
Like transition.
Essentially, yeah, transitional. It's like that's what they are. But for us, we had something called vanity stingers. So it's basically just stingers to like endorse yourself. And that was like one of my favorite things to make. And I had Zoe's help on that because I was like, I want to like add a lot of components from Subnautica because they were essentially like, you guys have full creative freedom to do what you want to do with this. And my DJ dad said that his was Tekken themed because that's his favorite game.
Ooh.
And I was like, that's so cool. And I listened to his and it was so sick. So I was like, okay, what can I make? What's something that I really, really like that would sound cool as a stinger? So I chose Subnautica. And
It's a good game.
Yes, it is, and it's my favorite game of all time. So I think that was my favorite point. That was my favorite point. But if we're talking about highlights, like multiple of them, I would say, like, I also enjoyed making flowgrams. So flowgrams, when you're a DJ, is essentially like a list of stuff that you're gonna talk about. It's like an outline of the things you're gonna talk about in. Sabay pa kayo.
That was not scripted.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
Same
It's
brain cell moment.
a flowgram is like the stuff you're gonna talk about. It's not a script. It's just like an outline, like bullet points for you
like
to like
what topics
bounce
to
off
go
of.
by.
Yeah, because when you're a DJ, you can't just talk scripted. It sounds robotic and unnatural and it's weird. So what we do is we have like an outline of things you can bounce off of, and it's not like a rigid script. So you can like take from there, take from anywhere else, etc. So it's basically just an outline that you're supposed to follow. And I really enjoyed making flowgrams because I had so much to talk about. So my show during the DJ hunt was Green Light District, which is essentially like SPG topics made PG. Yeah, so heavily
I heard a bit
censored.
of that.
Yeah.
How do you
my
make
gosh.
it PG? I'm quite curious.
Exactly, right? And it's so fitting for my personality because I'm a really cancelable person. So like,
Oh, so I'm curious now. How do you make it PG?
it's actually good. Like that experience really taught me to censor myself. I'm still not the greatest at it, but like on air I know how to censor myself at the very least. So how did I censor myself? So one of my topics, hang on, I'm trying to remember. I didn't necessarily have to censor myself completely because I just had to think of topics that were like sort of SPG kind of spicy, but I didn't have to go there. I didn't have to go all the way. You know, just a little taste.
Just to add some spice.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
add
didn't
some
have to be
spice.
spicy. They just have to have some spice.
So like one of my topics was polyamorous dating. So there's a little spice there because it's not something particularly talked about normally, but it's still something interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be considered SPG if you get into it, if you get into the nitty-gritty. But I didn't go there because we're on air.
That's
Exactly.
fair. How do you know in the moment when to censor yourself?
In the moment when to censor yourself. So I'm pretty sure there's like a list. Like there's an actual list of like things you can't say, like actually like most definitely cannot say. There's a list. I don't have that list, but
Guys, here's a list. Sorry, trust me, bro.
yeah,
Trust me, bro.
like there's a list of things you can't say, and then there's just stuff that's like, like an unspoken agreement that you definitely can't say. Like you just know that you're not supposed to say it
I gotcha.
because we're in a school environment.
Yeah, things like
Things like
things you can't say.
things you can't say quite.
Yeah.
So so during the DJ hunt there was a point There was a point wherein I didn't catch myself, and I said the word cannibalism on air, and I didn't.
It's a lot.
For some reason,
it's a lot.
that was the exact word I was thinking when I said,
Bro. But like yeah, my kasama kasi I had a partner for that show. Oh my gosh, my throat is getting dry. But I had a partner for that show, and when she bounced off of me, she said, "Wait, am I allowed to say this here?
Yeah, you can.
Because this isn't. Yeah,
It's not GJF.
it will be,
Yeah, it's
it will
not-
be, it will be
it's
cut
not-
by the editor.
it's not on
It's
air.
too
So
bad,
basically,
probably.
so if I can't say it, you guys can just cut it out.
Yeah, yeah.
But basically,
that, editor.
in my because our topic was so our show was the ladies' room, and the ladies' room is basically by the ladies for the ladies, essentially.
That's right.
Happy Women's Month.
Happy Women's
Happy
Month.
Women's
Happy
Month.
Women's Month. So I got assigned to that show with this girl, and our topic was girl on girl bullying.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, because we both came from all girls schools, so we knew what it was like in the very apex predator environment, such as an all
I've
girls
heard
school.
It's pretty toxic.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. So, yun, I was essentially saying it's cannibalistic. That's what I said, and then she responded to me with like, "So you're saying we eat each other?" She went like that on air. She said that, and we looked.
That's
at,
full spice right there, guys.
Like she
That's
said
allowed,
that.
that's
She said that, and that's what made me realize that what I said was like not sayable on air. That's what made me realize that she said that, and I realized what I said. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that. She said that, and then my eyes widened. And then there were senior DJs in the room, so like our supervisors, essentially, and they were looking at us like, bro,
That's a different kind of eating right
bro, like, dog. Yeah, the things that go on in an all-girls school. So
there.
yeah.
A buffet apparently.
Yeah. So in the moment, like I've just gotten better at catching myself. Like I think things that I'm gonna say before I say them, thankfully, which is good.
Editor, I hope you cut some of this.
Yeah, I
things out.
hope you do so. Bless you, kung sino ka man.
Peace be with you, Saber. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. But going back to that, like you were speaking of like
Laugh it off.
ladies, speaking of the ladies' room, like you sound like you had a lot of topics. I was curious, where did you get those topics? Like
Where?
How do you know that's like, oh, this is like GGFM worthy?
Like not particularly like GGFM worthy. It's just like
It's just things that you wanted to
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
about.
things you want to talk
Yeah.
about, things because you can talk about anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Depending on the show,
Yeah, yeah.
obviously, it's about the theme. There's themes of the shows.
I do think it would be hard to be a yapper if you didn't like the topic you'd be talking
Exactly,
about.
yeah.
exactly. That's why being a DJ is really heavy on like being versatile, because you can't be a good DJ without being versatile, without knowing, like, without having a lot of stuff to talk about. I almost cussed. See, I caught myself, guys. Applaud me naman.
They said they said it in Siri and they applied it.
Yeah, guys.
He's learning.
I'm learning.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
learning.
Applied learning right there.
So yeah, so I just have a lot to talk about. I just think that's why like I was afraid actually that I wouldn't have a lot to talk about for this term because I'm assigned to the breakout sesh, which is all things Lasallian. And then I was like, you know what? I'm a pretty good Lasallian. School spirit, Animo Lasal.
Animal Lasal.
But
So what's the full prayer?
Oh my god.
I don't even know the anthem. Anthem?
We have an anthem.
Anthem, not anthem.
We have an anthem?
Hymn, school
No,
hymn.
I'm kidding.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're definitely we're definitely Lasallian guys.
We're very Lasallian.
Yeah, you know, we love the color green.
So,
Where do I find the topics like specifically
Yeah,
to
yeah.
answer that? Experiences. So I have like, if I were,
Kidding.
I have like, if my life were a game, my XP points are up there.
you're pretty high.
They went
My
farming
XP
early on.
Like I'm level 19. My XP points are pretty high for a level 19.
Really?
You know. I'm approaching
Sometimes
level 20.
Like it's like I have so many stories.
Well,
that
technically, both of you are.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget we're the same age because like the amount,
Exactly.
the whole difference of stories we have is like.
I definitely feel like it's a difference in terms of
Yeah.
environment
We're
and
both
experiences.
approaching level 20, but we have different levels of XP.
This is what happens when one.
They went farming early on, they went casual.
Yeah. He's a casual gamer. I'm like really grinding.
You really farm those.
I really, I farmed that XP so hard.
God damn.
So yeah.
Yeah, life is definitely not about always age. It's how much. There's this quote. Remember, it's not about the years in your life. It's how much life you put into those years.
Yes, exactly. Very much so. I did so much just last year that I. Why are you laughing?
We're not going to what those
Why are
experiences
you
are. But
laughing?
like,
Kayo kasi. You're gonna out me.
disclaimer: you chose to be here.
You chose me to be here.
No, you offered me originally. You're like, can I part? I
Yeah,
was
to
like,
be a
"Ah,
host.
Yeah, for your host.
To be a host, but then you asked me to be in another episode as a guest.
Like introduction.
Okay.
Introduction to host.
Introduction to host.
Hosting.
Yun. So yeah. Life experiences. Marami akong ginawa last year. My best friend Aza says that last year was my year in terms of like life experiences. Like she quite
No, actually, 2024 was a great year.
It was a great year.
Like for me
Crazy
too, it was a great
year.
year.
It was a great year. It was a great
Let's hope
year.
2025. Let's hope 2025 gets even better.
I feel like 2025 is my tranquil year.
Really?
Tranquil year.
It's
Prayers.
It's just the third month.
a
lot of life
Don't
can
say
happen in the next 9 months, my friend.
felt-
Hopefully
More
only
than
good
3
things.
Good things, exactly.
Only good
exactly.
things.
We're manifesting the good things for everyone.
Only
you know?
the good things.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So yun. So yes.
You say it's your tranquil year. So how has DJing been so far this term?
This term,
Has it
Yeah.
been as peaceful?
Has it been as tranquil?
it's been. I'll like full disclosure. It's been kind of like dull. It's dull because
So it is tranquil.
yeah, it is
Okay,
tranquil.
okay.
It's like tranquil, but like also
It's
like
aligned. It's aligned.
sort of like it's tranquil, but like too tranquil in a way that I'm not learning as much as I want to be learning because
College in a nutshell.
yeah, college overall, but like
Real.
so air check is next term. Air check is basically like a test. It's basically a DJ exam essentially, not like a written exam, but like
Yeah.
it's basically a stimulation. sorry. Simulation. Huwag mo katawanan, Ark.
We can talk about different kinds of stimulants later on.
Wait.
Off the air, of course.
Okay.
Pause.
Why did everyone laugh? I want you to know the guy manning the camera is also laughing.
Basic air check. Wait lang. Tumahimik ka, Nico. Okay. You're so red, bro. You're so red. Okay. So, air check is a show simulation. So basically, I was told. Actually, I probably shouldn't share this information, but I was basically told there's like trials. Okay, I'm just gonna say that there's like trials that come with certain air checks that basically test your like proficiency as a DJ. So, my last air check was very, chill. It's meant to be like not chill, but from my experience, it was chill because I was very prepared. Like I really I studied up, essentially. Like I practiced a lot. I went there on my free days to like practice, so I was well studied. So I had a fun time. Not only did I have a smooth time, but I had a fun time doing my air
That's
check.
good.
That's good.
Especially since it was a show that I enjoyed. It was all rock music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Kaya mo
I disconnected for a while. But
So yun.
rock music.
Yeah.
Don't let it die.
Tapos, can you say your question again? Just to...
Wait. What?
We lost. They caught themselves dead after, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, That's my question. I was asking like, how has your term been so far?
Okay, how's my term been so far? Okay, it's been dull, but I'm not learning as much as I want to be learning because my air check is next. My air check is next term, and I was hoping I would be like able to like absorb a lot of knowledge, but I haven't been having many shows, specifically because my show schedule. Because I'm like, this term I really wanted to take my time for my mental health because after last term I was really drained.
I gotcha.
So I was prioritizing my mental health. So I really made sure that I would have free days in the week, like absolutely nothing to do that day, so that I could work on either ACADS or just relax. So I would absolutely have a lot of free time to work on things and relax. However, I didn't take into consideration how that would put the position of my shows because I didn't know that they would cancel shows for workshops. So in GGFM we have workshops for the DJs, obviously, because apart from DJing, there's also other skills that DJs need to learn, such as hosting, because we're GGFM, we're the go-to people for hosting gigs. So if like, say we're having an amphitheater event or something like that, where like people are gonna have a talk, people that usually get as hosts are people from GGFM because
That makes sense.
Exactly, we're speakers, we're public speakers essentially, and so we have workshops for that. So we have hosting, sometimes we have like voiceover workshops, because there's like a lot more than just DJing. There's a lot more skills that you can apply to DJing. So we have workshops on that, and I see even the workshops I haven't been able to attend because I've gotten busy. So yeah, so I'm not learning as much as I wanted to learn this term. Hopefully more next term. But yeah, so my shows this term, they haven't been the best because a lot of topics were kind of like recycled, which is, it's partly my bad because I haven't been as assertive because I was still recovering mentally from last term.
Taking your time.
I've been recovering mentally from last term, so I haven't been like fully present. Only recently have I really gained energy to like actually start putting more effort into like the topics of my flowgrams, and I'm actually really better as a solo show person, and I have a partner with my shows, and we're doing better now. Like we're doing better as show partners now. But when we started out on the term, we were quite like all over the place because we were both like recovering like mentally, and we could tell, like it was visible. It's probably not to the people listening, but it was obvious that we were like out of it. So it was kind of but eventually as it progressed, when we got better, our shows got better, and so did our dynamic, and that was good. And me with solo showing, I really enjoy having like control over the music, control over the topics, because I'm partnered with a senior DJ. When you're a DJ trainee, you don't have as much reign to experiment when you're partnered with a senior DJ. But if you're doing like a solo show and you just have someone like supervising you, you'll have more free reign to like work as you please. So whenever my partner is like out and he's like, hey, you can solo show, I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, full reign, full control.
One of my like recent shows I did was staff date spots.
Ooh.
Budget friendly.
Can you share some?
I'll send you a list later.
Might need some notes.
But yeah,
I'm taking some notes.
Yeah, but like I essentially shared like a list of like budget friendly TAF date spots because there's like a lot of like free places you can go along TAF that all you have to worry about is like transpo essentially, like Paco Park. One of my favorite places because it's like cool there.
Which one?
Paco Park. And there's a cemetery behind it if you guys are into the macabre. So like,
I'm gonna need the full list later on.
Of course. Yeah. So it's really fun. It was really fun to talk about that, especially because like I'm like a hyper romantic. That was like my whole shtick during the DJ hunt. That was my tagline was your good old fashioned lover boy.
Next one.
So yeah.
Gotta believe in magic.
So yun. What was our recent topic? My most recent topic was freedom wall posts. I think that was my favorite. That was my favorite one so far because there were really some silly confessions on there. There's this one girl that was like, "Hey guys, I think I have a crush on my prof, but I have a boyfriend. I think I'm emotionally cheating." And I was like, "Girl,
You should not say
Girl.
that.
No.
girl, no. Why are you going to the freedom wall with this? Get help."
TMI.
Get
That's
help.
really
Get
funny.
help, not a bet the score.
I know. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I talked about that. And there was also like this person from Mapua posting on the freedom wall.
LaSalle Freedom Wall.
Yeah, the LaSalle freedom wall.
Yeah, it was like the
Yeah,
freedom
yeah,
wall is
yeah.
open to.
It's open to everyone.
It is
So it was this Mapuan posting on the LaSalle Freedom Wall about how they met this LaSallian boy on Genshin Impact. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was just like,
Please
oh.
get off that game right now.
Wait, hold on.
No, no,
No,
no,
come
no,
on.
no,
Wait.
no, no, no.
John is like, hear me out. Hear me out.
No.
Yeah.
If they play Genshin Impact,
You're ruining a
you
large
meet
amount
them
of
on
our
Genshin
guests.
Impact? Okay.
You're ruining
Yeah.
a
it's
large
it's
amount of
this
viewers.
it's reached the same levels of depravity as Mobile Legends and Valorant. So
Hey.
attacking Jot solely.
so how's your love life going, Jod?
What a good question.
That's a work in progress.
Exactly my.
God damn.
So yeah, there's the answer to your
If
question.
the reason why I'm judging and whether I have the right to judge, I've played 200 games, Genshin Impact, gameplay wise.
You play Woowa, dude.
But I say, it's so quality of life is so much better.
Quality of life is so much better.
No, see, if you're playing a game, quality of life is important.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I talked about that and it was really fun. So I got to like spicy, and then my last talk segment, I think it was my best talk segment because it was a more heartfelt one. Because like the rest of them,
Really
Both-
reflectant of the lover boy.
Hell yeah.
so like the two first ones, right, were like kind of funny, kind of spicy, and then my last talk segment, because there's like 3 talk segments, and then one is a news segment. So my last talk segment was this like heartfelt confession.
The
that's-
wholesome one.
Yeah, it wasn't really particularly wholesome. It was kind of like heart-wrenching.
The
Yeah.
genuine shit.
Yeah, it was really genuine. So it was this person that was like in another life we're together. And I was like, bro, oh no, life, I will be your girl. So yeah, it was something like that. And then they had this whole message talking about like, and it felt so good luck, babe. That was like the theme of it. Like the line was
Chaperone,
like,
man.
yeah, the line was like, you said that you loved him, but I'm sure you're wrong. And I was like, bro, it's giving Doom Sapphic romance. It's so sad.
90% of World War couples, I'm sorry.
So, oh my gosh, wag naman. But yeah, it was like that. And then at the end of like the message, it was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know I could have done better too. And I was like, oh my god.
Sorry, I can't be perfect.
And I really felt there was another senior DJ watching me there, and she complimented my performance on my last talk segment
Oh,
because
that's nice.
my transition was rather smooth because right my earlier talk segments. So when you're having a talk segment, you have a bed underneath it. So there's like background music. My background music for the earlier ones was "Denial Is a River" by Dochi. So that was the background music. It's super upbeat, super spicy. But for this one was a Potsu, Breakfast by Potsu. So it's like super chill, super kind of like a little lowered down. So the vibe was very like chill, like getting lower, because it was coming to the end of the show and it was a heartfelt message. So I obviously didn't want to like mismatch that. So I felt really confident in speaking, and I was especially excited about my segue because I was segueing into Love by Keisha Cole. So it was like, oh, lost love, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, lost love.
So it was like it's like a little puzzle piece kind of thing, like making the pieces of the show work together. I really like doing that.
It's like making a play, so you kind of don't want it to be like always all random, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
you want to like transition
you have
in.
to transition slowly.
Exactly.
Yeah, very smoothly.
Like people who make playlists and actually take the time to look into how the playlist transitions. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. I really enjoyed doing that. actually learning to do that better because my show partner is actually really good at doing that. He's good at like making song transitions. So from one song to another, it sounds smooth. It sounds like one whole song.
Yeah.
It sounds really good. And when I picked that up, I picked up on him doing that. So now when I'm like queuing songs, I always want to make sure that the next song sounds tugma sa working before it. So it sounds better.
Do you have to change the timing for the songs?
Define.
Like midway through, do you skip it or
Change the topic. Oh, you don't?
you're trying to transition it? Do you skip the topic?
No.
Do you skip the song or like?
You can cut out songs kasi there are times where it's really about timing then because our shows last like an hour and a half and at some point I mistimed it and I put way too many songs in one particular gap, so I didn't have enough time for my other talk segment, so it was a little messy. But you don't have to cut songs if you're planning on. You don't necessarily have to cut songs. That's what the stingers are for. The stingers are meant to be there to
The
like,
transition.
the transition, so that it doesn't sound too chunky.
I think that's what when you hear in the radio when the song cuts off to black because they're about to talk about something else.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. It's transition. Like if you're listening to like an actual radio, like RX 93.1, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what they have in between songs. So in case the vibe changes and it's like a completely different vibe song, it doesn't sound too weird. Yeah, that's what that's
Like
for.
makes sense because they're advertising like, oh, this is the radio.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as a final question, I'm curious. Would you, if you had to pick a song to play a background for this episode, what would it be?
Denial is a river by Toshi.
So, I think this is how we're gonna wrap it up for the first episode for season 2 for Writing in Progress. Do you have anything else you want to plug? Any
As a host, I feel like they should be.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be the one to close it up for us.
Really? Okay, actually, I'm sorry.
Dang. Anything
Is
else I want to
that-
plug?
Yeah, anything you want to plug as well?
Do I want to plug anything? Guys,
I don't know, maybe Writers Guild.
Writers
your
Guild. Guys, check out our socials at WGDLSU on Instagram and www.facebook at Writers Guild. So yeah, check out the Writers Guild Facebook and Instagram and our YouTube, which is where we're gonna be posting these.
Hi, YouTube.
You're gonna be seeing this on Facebook, but we're gonna post it on YouTube.
Hell
So,
yeah. So that's it for this episode.
That's it for this episode.
Thank you for tuning in to Writing
in Progress.
See you next time.
Bye.